poppin' Tea Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm back with the new episode of Spill the Tea. We have a bunch of great stories today, so let's get right into it. The first story I have is on Lala and Carmelo Anthony. Y'all remember a year ago, reports came out that Carmelo cheated on Lala with this girl. She left him, they separated. From what I got from it, she never filed for divorce because they were trying to wait to find out the paternity of the baby. Well, the baby is now here. I have pictures of the little girl and her mother. Here's a picture of the child. The baby look a lot like this nigga. This is allegedly the photo of the child. If this is the child, this little girl looks a lot like Carmelo. I don't know, Jesus. At this point, they know the paternity. I don't know what's going on in their marriage. They've been keeping everything under wraps. So, would you have stayed with him after he cheated on you and allegedly had another girl pregnant? What would you do in this case? They have years together, a child together. From what we know of, a pretty decent marriage. Could you look past this one, this one big mistake and take him back? What would you do? Because this little girl look a lot like that nigga, especially by the eyes. So, I don't know. I'm keeping Lala in my prayers. The new season of Power is on the way. Hopefully her acting has gotten better, because I'm rooting for Lakeisha and Tommy crazy ass relationship. But we shall see. In Black Ink Crew Chicago news, the crew were in Jamaica filming. They always do a cast trip. Supposedly what happened, Junior and his new girlfriend came on the cast trip to confront Lily. As you've seen on this season thus far, he has left the shop. He has a new girlfriend or whatever. Lily has been jealous. She was calling the girl a bitch, this and that. Well, her and the girl got into an altercation, and Lily alleges that Junior jumped into the fight and punched her in the face. Here are photos of her broken nails from the fight. She said, "Let me know when y'all want round 2 without a man putting his hands on a female. Where you at though? You can't handle your own, so your man fighting females for you. Laughing my ass off. Y'all both some biznitches." Junior hit a female after running his mouth. That's why y'all came to Jamaica. Then she showed another picture of her broken nails. She said, "I hope the shit you started was worth it. Your mama raised a biznai." This is a mess. If he did put his hands on Lily, that was fucked up. You had no business putting your hands on this girl, especially if you punched her in the face. Like, what was that about? Like, if your girl and her was fighting, you should have broke it up or let them just bang that shit out. But if Junior did jump in and hit that girl in the face, he dead wrong for that shit. I don't really care for Lily and her ski slope shoulders, but nobody deserves to get punched in the face by a man. But we shall see when the episode airs exactly how everything went down, because people like to leave out other sides of the story to get sympathy. So we shall see, honey. In Love and Hip Hop Atlanta news, I don't know if y'all heard this, but Stevie J reportedly is on the brink of being fired from the show. They just filmed a reunion about a week ago, and Erica Mena got on her IG story and said that Stevie J tried to hit her at the reunion, and that he called her son gay or a homo or something like that, or a faggot. I forgot which slur that he used. I mean, none of them are appropriate to be talking about. I think her son is like 11, 12 years old. Like, why would you go after that girl's son like that? The story goes that all season, Erica has been accusing Stevie of mentally abusing her friend and new castmate member Estelita. Child, please, Estelita was along for the ride. So when the pair finally met on stage, things quickly escalated. Stevie is being accused of using homophobic slurs, which we won't repeat here, against Erica's 11-year-old son, King Conde. Among other things, Erica responded by slapping the father of 6, and that's when things reportedly went from bad to worse. Oh, okay, now I didn't know this bit of the story. She put her hands on him first. Now, she had no business putting her hands on that man, but he also didn't have no business calling her goddamn child, out of his name. That's just uncalled for. But y'all females got to stop putting y'all hands on niggas thinking they not gonna pitch y'all ass the fuck back and slap the dog shit out of y'all. Like, that's not okay. male or female, to put your hands on somebody. We are adults. Learn how to fight that shit with your words or in court. But stop putting your hands on people. Or if you a woman, instead of you putting your hands, have one of your niggas put your hands on that nigga. Like, she dating CLD Tune, that little fine ass rapper that, you know, is my character inspiration for Cam. Why you ain't let that nigga know what was going on? Have him handle Stevie. Like, what the fuck? So it says, according to the Atlanta Black Star, security had to pull the 46-year-old off of Erica, and he was asked to leave the building immediately. Erica seemingly confirmed the reports and assisted lead the Instagram video saying he likes to fight females. If you blogs want to blog about anything, blog about the fact that Stevie J is a bitch and he likes to fight girls. Due to his behavior, the outlet is reporting that Stevie's on the brink of being fired and is banned from attending any events related to the series due to the ongoing investigation. Unfortunately, this is not the first time Stevie has used homophobic language in the popular reality show. I think anyway it's time for Stevie to go. He barely was on this season after that little storyline with him and Esther Lita fizzled off. Now that Jocelyn is gone, he really has nothing to do on this show but pimp out other young artists that are starving for attention and want to be put on. It's time he goes. You know, Stevie is a cancer. As you can see, whenever he is in Jocelyn's life, that's when Jocelyn is always in the blogs for being a cokehead or being an unfit parent. When Jocelyn has nothing to do with that nigga, you hear nothing about Jocelyn. So what we have seen since she left the show, Jocelyn has been living her best life in Miami. She has been peaceful. You don't hear about her on the blogs. Her and Bonnie Bella are doing fine. We don't hear any reports about her being an unfit mother. I heard that she has a reality show coming out with Carlos King about her life in Miami or whatever. So Stevie J has been the problem for a long time when it comes to other female cast members. They both were in the wrong as far as I'm concerned. Him and Erica, they both needed to have been reprimanded. They both need to have been suspended or had pay taken away. She should have put her hands on that man. He should have said that about her child. He should have then put his hands on her. It was all just fucked up. It's just disgusting on both ends of the spectrum. Now, if you've been watching this season of Basketball Wives, you have seen Evelyn make comments about Tammy's look, saying she looks sick, she looks like she's on drugs, this, and that. She don't know what's going on. Well, she didn't really say the drug thing out of her mouth, but she kind of like has been low-key alleging it on Twitter and stuff like that. I didn't see anything wrong with Tammy's look. Tammy has lost some weight, but if you remember Tammy from when she debuted on reality television in the 90s, Tammy was always tall and statuesque and very skinny. She was never really a big girl. Over the years when she was drinking a lot of beer and stuff like that, she did gain a little bit of weight or whatever, but since then obviously she has dropped the weight. A lot of people were making the comments about the way she looked. It really wasn't based on her body, it was based on her neck, because she has, you know, wrinkles in her neck and loose skin or whatever. But people fail to realize that Tammy is what, 50 years old or almost 50. She is aging. This is what happens when you age naturally, people. I didn't find anything wrong with Tammy's looks. I think that she has been looking really good here lately, especially with her new short haircut. She looks really nice. So she took to Instagram and had this to say about the accusations that have been spewed about her weight loss. She said, "I didn't lose weight. I lost my willingness to die. Diabetes is no joke. Detox, suppress my appetite, and make better food choices. So enjoy yourself laughing, leaving negative comments, and calling me a crackhead. But I have two beautiful daughters, and I'm going to live for them by any means necessary. Hashtag be blessed. Hashtag healthy for me." And I mean, you can't knock that. I mean, she got a life to live. She has a family. She got a man. Of course she's going to make better, you know, life choices for her, and if their life choices result in her being skinnier than what she was, then so the fuck be it. Diabetes is nothing to play with. The fact that Evelyn has been talking about her looks and alleging that she's sick or on drugs, it's just classless and distasteful. Y'all know I do not like Evelyn, especially if y'all saw my Basketball Wives review this week. I went in on her retarded ass. I'm just so happy. Hopefully this is Tammy's last season on the show, because without Tammy, this shit gonna go downhill, and then they'll all be regretting their damn decisions and choices. Keeping eyes is back in the news. Recently she did an interview, and in her interview she had this to say. She opened up about female sexuality, love, and her new lease on life. The 35-year-old talent is not only appreciating being a single woman. She was most recently linked to rapper Nas, and prior to him, Meek Mill. She's speaking candidly about women exchanging their beauty for a few coins. coins. On reclaiming her time and power, she says, I remember feeling like I could do anything at one time in my life, and somewhere along the line I just started second guessing myself for whatever reason. As soon as I realized that I could actually live and breathe and eat and sleep and walk and talk without having a boyfriend, something clicked in me, she continued. Becoming single was one of the things that made me feel strong and powerful. The fact that I'm a young woman who doesn't need a man for money, I don't need a man for a job. Oh, yes. I've never had to fuck for beats. I've never had to fuck for a record deal. I don't have those pressures. I get up when I want, shop when I want. On how she feels about women who use their sexuality in exchange for gifts from men, she says, I don't really know how to say that without being offensive. Maybe I was naive, but I didn't realize how many girls were modern day prostitutes. Ooh, a lot of the barbs are going to be offended by their queen, because a lot of the barbs are who she's talking about. Whether you're a stripper or whether you're an Instagram girls, these girls are so beautiful and they have so much to offer. But I started finding out that you give them a couple $1,000 and you can have sex with them. I was like, yikes. Ooh, well, that was a mouthful, Miss Minaj. About the first part where she was talking about finding her strength and her self-worth after, you know, a breakup and being single and realize that she don't need a man. I have been in that space in my life for the past few years. Throughout my teenage years, my 20s, my early 30s, I was in that mind frame that I had to have a man. If I didn't, it would make me less of a woman. I felt inadequate being around my friends who had mates, and I felt like I was, you know, being left behind because they were getting engaged or in long-term relationships, and I felt like I had to have that. But, you know, once I turned 32, I started making changes in my life, and for the last few years I have not been in a relationship. I have been single. I have not been looking for a man. I worked on myself for the first couple of years of me being single and being celibate, and making different life choices and learning about myself and trying to figure out why I was attracting certain people and certain relationships into my life. And once I started dealing with myself and realizing that it was okay to be single and that I didn't need a man, my life has been the best it has ever been. I have never been more content within my life within the last few years, because relationships take a lot out of you. They distract you. Sometimes they can take you away from, you know, your family and friends, your jobs, your creativeness, and you get so wrapped up in that other person that you lose yourself. And with me being single and discovering who I am as a woman and who I'm going to be as a woman, I realized that, you know, being with a man does not make me any better. And I want to go into my next relationship not feeling like a man is supposed to complete me, but to add on to me. I complete myself, and I'm fully a complete whole person. And I've never been more full and happy and content in my life and peaceful. So I understand very well where she's coming from with that, as far as female sexuality and a lot of women using their sexuality to get gifts and homes and clothes and shoes and jewelry from a man. Those things are wonderful. If you have a man in your life that is going to take care of you and do things for you, why not? But to base your life upon that, to base your existence upon a man taking care of you, I don't agree with that. My mother raised me to be self-sufficient. I don't depend on anyone but God and myself. I don't ever want to be put in a position where a nigga can say fuck me and I'm left in the dust not having nothing because everything in my life was dependent on that person. So I wish a lot of these, you know, millennials, these 2090s babies or whatever, these girls that are growing up now that are so on this Instagram culture, this you know, bling culture, you know, this stunting culture where everything's about materialistic stuff and aesthetics, to really realize that you can have those things on your own, and it means more to you when you do it on your own and you are the person that provided those things, instead of it being a gift or, you know, based on control from somebody. So I understand where she was coming from. Happy to see Nicki growing into herself. I like this side of her. I like this part of Nicki. All the other shit I could do without. Great article on Nicki Minaj. Ooh, child. So in R. Kelly news, y'all know they've been going after with this Me Too movement, and you know, getting rid of all these old nasty ass, rapist ass, molestation ass older men going after these women, and and you know, back in the day, R. Kelly pissed on that 14-year-old girl. He got away with it. Over the years, we have known that R. Kelly been out here dating underage girls and stuff. This has been linked to his name for years. Many women have come out and said this. Well, his ex-wife Andrea Kelly went on Sister Circle this week, and she had this to say about her marriage to Robert V. Kelly.
I'm not the teeth missing. I'm not the broken bone girl. God said keep scrolling, so I kept scrolling. And at the end of the domestic violence awareness website, there was a questionnaire, and there were 17 questions. And they ask you, has your abuser ever done? And of the 17, Robert had done 15 to me. Oh my God.
Ooh, child. Ooh. So basically, she was talking about meeting with an abuse counselor, a therapist, and realizing that she had been in an abusive relationship. You know, a lot of people don't know that they're in an abusive relationship because they're not getting their teeth knocked out, or because they don't have bruises on them. But any man that constantly cheats on you, manipulates you, plays head games with you, talks to you crazy, yokes you up, grabs you by your neck, uses any type of control over you, that is abuse. That is not normal. That is not love. That is mental abuse. So it's sad to see that she had to go through that. Hopefully her story will help other women. Happy she's talking about this now. I do believe that R. Kelly does need to be brought to justice. I no longer support his music. I have not supported his music in I don't know how long. It's been over 10 years. I pray for her, their children that they have together, but he does need to be brought to justice because the nigga's nasty. So 2 days ago, I had a nightmare about that little rapper Tekashi 99 or 87. I don't know what the little nigga name is. I have never listened to any of his music before in my life. I've just seen, you know, stories about her here and there. He looks weird. He looks like a modern day Chucky doll. But I had a nightmare about him that I was messing with him. I was at my mother's house, and he was leaving out. My mother was coming in, and he spoke to my mother, and my mother was like basically giving him a cold shoulder, and he took offense to that and had his people shoot up my mother's house with me in it. Then when he found out I wasn't dead, he had his people come back to try to kill me. I had a full-on nightmare about this little ugly ass boy. Well, he has been in the news once again. He has been going against Chicago rappers, saying they are weak and they don't do enough for their city. He actually went to Chicago this week and scooped up Chief Keef's baby mother and took her shopping, because, you know, he was saying that Chief Keef don't do nothing for his son or his kid or whatever. The New York rapper is back in his hometown and hanging out with Chief Keef's baby mama. 6ix9ine posted a video of himself hanging out with Slim Danger and taking her on a shopping spree at the Gucci store for her birthday. During his visit to Chi-Town, Tekashi spent some of his time giving money to the homeless. He claimed the local rappers aren't doing enough for their communities. He also took pictures of him standing on the most dangerous block in Chicago, known as O Block. Now, this boy ain't even black. I think he's just a regular old little white boy that went and dyed his hair a whole bunch of colors and tatted himself up. He's like some little suburban ass little boy that's acting like he black. That's a little wigger. Somebody gonna fuck this little boy here. Here's video of him and Chief Keef's baby mother. Child, look at this foolishness.
What's up, this Slim Danger, this Chief Keef baby mama. I'm out here in New York, and guess what? That nigga don't do shit for his fucking kid.
You know, Treyway here, man. If you don't know how to take care of your girl, niggas gonna take care of her for you.
Red, you have the black, and then you also have the white.
That shit dope. Yeah.
So small.
Let me show you.
A little smaller than that, so that should.
Now that shit go right there. It's that Treyway shit.
That's what you have on right now.
A little tighter, right? Yeah. Very small.
It's that bloody.
I can't say I don't know, right?
You a big fan of Chief Keef?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, I like Chief Keef a lot.
She's gonna try to put me on the spot.
This is trouble. This is trouble.
I got a headache just from looking at that. First of all, him saying the N-word. Boy, if you don't get your little ass somewhere and sit down, I need for somebody to rush that little nigga immediately and whoop his ass, because you ain't even black. You need your ass kicked. This little girl, she looked like, what was that, hoe from back in the day that was fucking everybody? She looked just like her. That went to jail. She was prostitute. Y'all know who I'm talking about with the tats and everything. Cat tat. No, that's... What was the girl? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Cat, whatever her name is. She looked like her. He looked stupid. You sitting up here talking about Chief Keef don't do nothing for his baby, and you got this nigga taking you shopping, but yet still he taking you to the Gucci store and buying you a fanny pack. Why ain't you using that money towards your kid, since you're saying your baby daddy don't do nothing for your child? Instead of it being about you and buying a $2,000 fanny pack, why ain't you using that money to go on a shopping spree for your kid? You little young hoes are so goddamn stupid. Jamie Foxx is being accused of slapping his manhood on a woman's face in Las Vegas back in 2002. Now, I done been slapped in the face with a dick before, but it was very pleasurable. Mother, please don't watch this video. The woman who has not been named told cops last week that she went to a party with a friend at Fox home when he allegedly tried to get her to perform oral sex. The woman claims that when she refused, Fox hit her in the face with his dick. That's the most disrespectful shit I ever heard in my life. Can you imagine some nigga don't want to suck your dick and he just pop you in the face with the dick? So he just walked up on you, sis, with his dick out and asked you to suck his dick. But that's what these niggas do, honey, child. She says she's just now getting the police involved because she claims to have gained confidence to speak up after the Me Too movement took off. However, Fox is like, not me. He says that the woman claims are absurd and he's taking legal action against her. Jamie's attorney, Allison Hart of Lavely and singer tells TMZ Jamie empathetically denies that this incident ever occurred, and he will be filing a report with the Las Vegas Police Department against the woman for filing a false police report against him. Child, this is a whole mess. I don't believe this story at all. I don't believe that. I won't say that I don't believe that a nigga like Jamie Foxx would do some shit like that, but I think a lot of these women that are coming out with these damn claims that was 20 years ago need to go sit your ass the fuck down. You got slapped in the face with a dick, bitch. Get over it. Who ain't been slapped in the face with a dick? I did, and I quite enjoyed the shit. I don't really follow sports. I follow them enough to know what the fuck is going on. My son is a huge sports fan, but I know this Draymond Green nigga is petty as fuck. Y'all know the Golden State Warriors, I think that's what they call, I don't know, won the championship. I do know that Draymond Green and Tristan Thompson, or whatever that nigga name is, Chloe baby daddy, had an altercation during the finals or the playoffs or whatever it was, and they almost came to blows, and since then, it has been a mess. So this is what Draymond had to say during the parade about, you know, Miss Tristan girl.
Saginaw so much like Oakland, it ain't no love like that. The love like people from Oakland show you when you theirs, when you they own, it remind me so much of home, man. It ain't no love like that.
How were you guys?
I never understand that.
How were you guys able to fight through the struggle this year? Stay together, figure out ways to win when you guys are injured, fight through the Rocket series. That was probably the toughest series for you. How'd you guys do it?
Honestly, they want me. They want a political answer, right?
Give it to him,
but the fact of the matter is, we just cut from a different cloth. You know, there's a lot of guys in this league. They soft. We just come from a different cloth.
That's real.
That's all I really got from you.
That's real. That's as real as it gets.
The bus, man. I love
Drop the mic.
We just ain't cut the same. I told one of them dudes from Cavs after the game, he tried to shake my hand. I said, Tristan, we ain't cut the same.
Boom, 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 boom. Shots the fuck fire. We ain't cut the same. Now this little nigga ugly as fuck. But he talk cash shit. He want the smoke. He is down with the shits. I love the pettiness of it all. He said that nigga from the Cleveland, Warriors tried to shake my hand, but I had to tell him we ain't cut from the same cloth. If you have not seen the footage after they won and Tristan tried to shake this nigga hand, here you go. Like, really, nigga, you ain't gonna shake my head? Nigga, no, we almost fought, nigga. Fuck you for life. I got to rewind that shit in slow motion. Woo! When I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss. You a worker, bitch. I make bloody. That's how I am. After we done had off, nigga, don't try to shake my hand like it's all good. Nigga, fuck you. Like, nah, nigga. We beefing for life. Every time I see you, nigga, it's like that. Nigga, I don't like you. Don't say shit to me. I gotta give it to the little Draymond Green, his little ugly ass on that shit. I fucks with the pettiness of it all. That shit was hilarious to me. Right out of Compton, and the Shy star Jason Mitchell was on The Breakfast Club this week promoting his new movie Superfly, and the topic of relationships and monogamy and marriage came up, and this is what he had to say. He had some very interesting thoughts on marriage and monogamy. Check the video out.
I look at it like this: like monogamy is such a taboo situation, and it's such a monogamy.
It's taboo.
Yeah, monogamy is overrated.
So you don't believe in marriage?
No.
You on your own with this one, young boy.
See, everybody got quiet. Everybody got quiet. I've seen marriage tear a lot of people down. I've seen marriage do more damage in my life. I've never seen a marriage last, ever. I've never seen a marriage be faithful. I've never seen a marriage be fruitful. I've never seen a marriage do any of that.
My life is the same. My father and mother divorced. All my aunts, most of my aunts divorced. But we got to break that cycle, though.
Yeah, I mean, we do, but I don't think it starts with paperwork that says, hey, we're married. I believe it starts with honesty.
So if Tokyo Jets wanted to marry you right now, you wouldn't want to marry Tokyo Jets?
That's my baby. That's my baby, but she ain't ready for marriage.
That would give me a lot to think about. He go with some girl named Tokyo 9969, some little girl that sell weave or whatever. How would you feel if your boyfriend got on national radio and said that if the subject of marriage came up, that he would leave your ass? Like, wow, that's a lot. To each his own with believing in marriage and monogamy. Everybody does not believe that you have to be married to be in a long-lasting relationship. I 100% agree with that. I don't think that that a marriage certificate signifies a loving, long-lasting relationship. But to also hear that he does not believe in monogamy, does that mean that you and this young lady or whoever you date have open relationships? That means that gives you the window to cheat, if you will, if you want to. I do believe in monogamy. I do believe in marriage. At the point that I am in my life, I don't have to be married to be in a long-lasting, loving relationship. If that happens, great. But marriage is not the end-all, be-all for me anymore. I do believe in the sanctity of marriage. I do understand marriage. I understand the purpose of marriage. That nigga to me just seemed like he been hurt. Somebody done hurt his little short ass. And then to hear him say his opinions on monogamy and marriage are based on things that he has seen in relationships around him. And I feel like that's unfair to base monogamy and marriage based on other people's relationship because they didn't get it right. You have to believe in yourself enough to know that if I find the right woman, I can be faithful to her. You know what I'm saying? And that I can withhold myself to a standard that I won't disrespect or hurt this person. I just feel like this little nigga that been hurt. Some bitch that hurt this little nigga feelings. How do y'all feel about his views on monogamy and, marriage? Do you think that it's taboo? Do you think it's a bunch of bullshit? Do you think that in this day and age and the culture that we live in, that it is hard to be in a monogamous relationship and that marriage is basically non-existent now at this point, that it's not worth it? I don't necessarily agree with that. I just think that he has not found the right one. I think that he needs to deal with himself and deal with some of his issues. Because that little nigga just seemed like he been hurt. I know I would just feel some type of way if I was his girlfriend. He said that if I brought up the topic of marriage, he'd skirt on my ass. Well, bitch, nigga, what? Excuse you? Oh, no. That was disrespectful to me. I ain't like that. In LeBron James news, y'all know he just came off NBA Finals loss and is now forced to face claims of infidelity from his mother, Gloria James' ex-boyfriend, Miami rapper, The Real Lambo. Has brought forward new allegations about the NBA player's infidelity to his wife, Savannah James. He plans to reveal the secrets he gathered in a new tell-all book. An Instagram post dated back in May displays an image of Beyonce and Jay-Z sitting courtside at the basketball game with an attached caption that reads, #Godspeed, my book will be giving the world the truth about why Beyonce wasn't invited to King James' wedding and also why Savannah James wasn't invited to Beyonce's wedding. The mysteries will be exposed in my book. Maybe it's a cousin of Jay-Z or Beyonce. You have to read my book to know. Lambo has also posted LeBron allegedly having a secret love child with reporter Sharon Reed when he played for the Miami Heat. Now, when he says maybe it was a cousin or somebody, he's talking about Beyonce's cousin and close confidant, Angie. I don't know if y'all saw these photos from back in the, what was it, mid-2000s. It's a photo that has circulated of Angie and LeBron in the pool with each other. They were quite cozy with one another. So he's alleging that he was cheating on Savannah with Angie, and Beyonce and them, of course, knew. Do I 100% believe this story? Hell yeah, the nigga was cheating on Savannah in the early 2000s before they got married. Him and Angie probably did have a relationship, or they was hooking up, or whatever the case may be. Now, about this love child with Sharon Reed child, I don't know nothing about that. All I know is, you know, him and Savannah have a really beautiful family. I love the adore Zuri. She is just a star in the making. She is just so cute and charismatic. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors? If he does have a love child and Savannah knows about it and she's, you know, chooses to stay, that's on her. That's her husband. They've been together for years. They've been, you know, high school sweethearts or whatever the case may be. So who knows, you know, how people deal with certain things on them. I would understand Savannah most definitely not inviting Beyonce to her wedding and vice versa if she knows that LeBron used to fuck with her cousin. Like, bitch, I don't fuck with you like that. I mean, but I don't really too much believe that story. It's like I believe it, then again I don't, because there have been photos of the couples kicking it with one another. Jay, Beyonce, Savannah, and, you know, LeBron all doing charity events and going to different, you know, events together. So I don't know. The story is all over the place. Maybe, you know, he did fuck with Angie back in the day. It was when they was young. She was able to forget the shit. Maybe they was doing, you know, that was when they was having the one day off periods. Who knows? And she done got over it. Now, I don't know. And in my last story today, Little Kim was honored this week in her home state. I forgot what they was honoring for. A key to the city, her own day, some shit. I don't know what the fuck. But all I know is her ex-boyfriend Mano was there. And when I tell you this nigga was acting a plum fool, being so thirsty, being such a bugaboo child, this shit was hilarious. He got on Lil' Kim's last nerves. She was looking at this nigga like, why the fuck are you here? He was trying to bring all the attention on himself. It was the weirdest shit ever in my life. I don't know what the fuck, but take a look at these videos.
She's a legend. She is the real queen. I'm gonna ask you to come here and do that. Thank you. They don't let me do it.
Oh, sure. Let them know, Mano.
Okay, Mano. Check this out.
Brooklyn.
I want to talk about the little lady that I know from Bed Stop, Brooklyn. You understand what I'm talking about? The biggest, baddest chick in the game. Inspired me. Helped me. Anybody that know anything about me know I come from Kim House.
Yes.
You understand? I came from Kim House. I went on to do my own thing. But you talking about somebody that's been a legend in not only hip hop, but in fashion, in
asked you to speak. Did y'all see Lil' Kim bodyguards immediately surround her? Because they was like, what in the fuck is this nigga doing? Bitch, we don't fuck with you. Lil' Kim was standing there like, I know this nigga the fuck ain't interrupting my big moment when I'm about to give my award to come up here and give an impromptu speech that nobody the fuck asked for. Low-key was talking about himself, was all over the place like, is this shit really the fuck happening? Oh! And the shit didn't stop there. It got more awkward. Take a look at this video footage.
Yeah, Kim. Council members. Over here. Kim, right over here. 1, 2, 3. Everyone look over here. Right here, guys. 1, 2. Right over here.
You look great.
Yeah, Kim. Yeah, Mano. Yeah, Brooklyn.
This side. Council members. She's like,
All right, this way, this way. Look straight, straight, straight. We'll come back here. We're gonna go to the left. Go to the left. Straight, straight. Right over here.
Child, sis was not having it. She Melania Trump the fuck out there. Nigga, she's like, get your hair off of me. Did you see her at one point, like, get the fuck away? What the fuck you do? Like, that was low-key weird. It was creepy. He got a whole girlfriend, Maggie Carey, the little Instagram model girl, whatever. Beautiful, gorgeous. If I was her, I'd be feeling some type of way. It was like, what the fuck are you doing? It's obvious that Lil' Kim don't fuck with him. She did not want him to be there. He was interrupting her big moment. He was trying to touch on her and play with her. She was like, nigga, gone. At one point, she was like she was just over it. But there was nothing that she could do because they were around all these white folks. She wasn't trying to go there. Child, I felt so bad for Lil' Kim because that was just weird as fuck. The awkwardness, however, didn't stop there.
We're very proud of Kim, man. Definitely. She's the queen of hip hop for real. First lady, always the realest person, real genuine people. She care about the fans, her craft, her artistry, and this is truly our queen of hip hop. So I just want to pay my homage too. And if anybody deserves a proclamation to the city, that is you. Oh my God! And even though we're not speaking right now, we're still allowing you speaking right now.
No, he's right because he's crazy. But anyway, I just want to say thank you. And I'm just going to say this, right? Use us in the industry. We have a voice, and we want to represent our town, our city. I want to say thank you.
Girl, I would have cussed him clean the fuck out. Because first of all, he just revealed they ain't even speaking right now. So what the fuck are you doing here? Embarrassing the fuck out of me. Go home, nigga. Go home, Roger. Like, I would have cussed him clean the fuck out afterwards. Like, he needed his ass kicked for that. Like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Oh my God, that was creepy and weird. Like, when your ex just won't leave you the fuck alone. Like, nigga, what are you doing, psycho? So this week, as far as music, I have been listening to a few of some oldies and some new goodies. I recently went back to Regina Bell's Baby Come To Me after hearing it in the car one day. I then watched her Unsung from this week, which was phenomenal. Learned so much about her that I did not know. Did y'all know that she miscarried twice with twin boys? That shit was crazy. Her song Baby Come To Me is a fucking just classic. Her voice was just legendary. Also, Nicki Minaj debuted a new song featuring Lil Wayne called Rich Sex. I was kind of thrown off by the title, especially since Future just had a song called Rich Sex about a few years back. The song was cool. I liked it more for the lyricism, not so much for the beat. But she was spitting some, you know, little nice little rhymes in it. I just discovered a new artist by the name of Aaron Ray. He has a song featuring Jessie Reyes called Lonely. I have been bumping that non-stop. Please check him out. The song is fire. Also, Georgia Smith new album just released, and on there she has a song called February 3rd that I am loving. And then last but not least, we have James Blake. His song Limit to Your Love is a classic. I love it. So check out some of those songs. Thank you all for watching this week's episode of Spill the Tea. Let's talk down below on the show topics of this week. Also, my latest novel, First Wives Club, is on sale right now. The Kindle Nook and paperback links are down below. as well as all of my social media information. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys so much. Have a safe and blessed weekend.